What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami, and today we are using the heavy cavalry sword on the Siege of Rudhelm. In my opinion, the cavalry sword is the most underrated weapon in all of Chivalry 2. The reason a lot of people stay away from it is they see that the damage is pretty low, and it is true. The damage on the cavalry sword is lacking. It can be pretty brutal to fight knights in particular. But you guys know me, I value the feel of a weapon and how fluid it is to fight with over the spreadsheets. I don't care about how much damage a weapon does or what its counter windows are. That's for nerds. That's nerd shit. We don't do that here. And the cavalry sword is great to fight with. It feels amazing to use. The stabs are awesome. It has like that little hook at the end of it, so it's very easy to drag around block. The overheads are great. I really like the overheads a lot. The slashes can be a little underwhelming. So what it boils down to is it's basically like a long sword, but a little worse. And you guys, if you follow my channel, know that I'm the biggest simp in the entire world of longsword. I glaze that weapon nonstop. And a lot of people, I know Stride is one of them, is called the longsword, like a bridge between two-handers and one-handers. And the cavalry sword is kind of like the opposite side of the spectrum, where it's the one-hander that's very close to a two-hander. Because when you use the cav sword, you can't get away with a lot of the cheese that you can with a lot of one-handers, like say the Mace or Morningstar, where you just spam feints over and over again, and console players will have trouble countering it. It's not that fast. It's a very slow weapon for a one-hander. But what you get in return is great drags and swing manipulation. The drags on this thing are great. They're basically a two-hander. Again, it's filling the gap between one-handers and two-handers. So if you're a player that's like me, only really uses two-handers and you've wanted to try a one-hander, I think the cav sword is perfect for you to see that side of this whole world of different weapons that you may not be used to. And as for your choice in shield, I went with the medium shield for style points. If you're not going for style points, I would always go with the heavy shield. That extra stamina and survivability you get from all that stamina and having a bigger shield in general from like archers, projectiles, defense against those, it's hard to beat. But personally, I just like the Agatha shield I'm using. That it's the medium one. I think it's beautiful and great looking, so that's why I'm going with that. But that's a rundown of the cavalry sword and the shields. Why don't we get into our usual narrated gameplay, tips and tricks, funny moments, you know, the whole 9 yards. Let's get into it. And real quick, guys, I do have an announcement about an upcoming tournament on my Discord on August 9th. It's being sponsored by White Tower Games, who are making the game Fiefdom, one of the next melee slashers coming out. They're going to be giving away game keys to winners of the tournament, people who place highly. And there's also money on the line, so we have $200 set aside. We're thinking first, second, and third will get a split of the money. Obviously, first place getting the most, second to second most, third to third most. So far, it's $200, but we're putting more money into that. So it's shaping up to be one of the biggest tournaments Chivalry 2 has had in years, so definitely check that out. Join the Discord in the description, and the tournament is on August 9th. Thank you to Fiefdom for that. So good work by our team there. We're going to push the siege towers, and now it's time to capture the gatehouse.
Whoops, my folly. Overrun the enemy's wall.
The strange part about this objective is that if you need to heal like I do here when I take some damage, I'm going to have to run all the way outside the siege tower back into the first stage of the map and then go look for the bandage crate on the side there, the same one that was in stage 1. because we can't push into the gatehouse yet, and that's just a waste of time. I'm just gonna die and respawn. So if you're really playing hard for your KD or your stats, definitely run all the way out there, but I do not have time for that to pick up another bandage. I'm just gonna respawn. Rudhelm really is such an unbelievable map that I never get tired of. I love this whole part on the ramps here. It reminds me of Helm's Deep. Nothing really hits like this one. Lion Spire comes close, Thay comes close, but at the end of the day, I do think Rudhelm is the best map. So I believe I'm out of bandages again here, but people have set up banners, so I'm going to stand by them to heal a little bit. But I noticed a damsel in distress off in the distance, but on second look, it's an archer. So we're going to let him get killed by that enemy over there. We're going to stick with the real men that are fighting up front and in the front lines. Nothing is more annoying than being down from the damage from a kick, because I didn't get guard broken, I wasn't just holding block, it was just purely the damage, and he got rewarded for it because my health was so low. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that circumstance. Pretty annoying, but it's rare that happens anyway. They had the gatehouse quite a while, held it pretty well, but eventually we were able to get it, and now it's on to burn the tents. So I am noticing I'm missing a lot of basic attacks, not really playing as well as I typically do. I haven't been playing Chivalry 2 as much, not that I hate the game or anything, just a little bit of burnout. And also the unfamiliarity of using the Guardian class and the one-handers, stuff I typically don't use. But I do think that's kind of the fun of some of these videos, is using things like that I don't typically use, like a longsword, greatsword, messer. Those are usually my main three. So I do hope you guys enjoy the videos where I don't play as well, but I'm showcasing a different sort of weapon. If you have any requests, by the way, just let me know. There's some that I've been trying to get to that it's been a long time coming, like the halberd, for example. So hopefully we get to all of those requests. The burn the tents phase is just a given. I've played this game since the day it came out, and I'm yet to see it ever be held. So now it's on to the push the siege ramps phase. And this is one of the better objectives in the game, I think. Just slowly progressing through the city is awesome stuff. Watching this back, this would have been a good time to throw my shield potentially, but look at this target switch. That is phenomenal. So shout out Sleepless Dawn here, who's fighting one guy, makes it seem like he's going in for another hit on him, and then turns to me at the last second. That was on purpose. He obviously knew I was there to get that hit in, so great work. The more you play this game, the more you realize how important target switching is. At the highest level in competitive play, it's like the bread and butter of the whole thing. For the longest time, I just considered target switching looking at one guy and hitting another in a 1vx, but in every group fight, you want to just be constantly changing who you're hitting. This doesn't matter. It's the best way to do it and best way to pile up takedowns and kills. So shout out Help Me Step Bo. When I started getting more serious about the game, he taught me stuff like that. I still don't consider myself the best player by any means, but I do have a lot of friends that are top players in the game. The Cavalry sword is so good at 1vx's for a one-hander, and we're holding our own against two one-handers, but you'll never guess what happens next. So here I got lazy about paying attention to where people were, and it got me killed because I knew it was on to the next phase, so I don't know, I just kind of spaced out. Happens to me a few times every video, we talk about that a lot. But now, nevertheless, it's on to capture the courtyard. And with just 2 phases to go, I would like to ask you guys, if you have liked the video to this point, you're enjoying it, to give it a like. It helps small YouTubers out like me a ton. Subscribing means a lot as well. I have plenty of Chivalry 2 content and melee slasher stuff as we see what comes next for this genre. We'll be breaking down games like Ad Mortem and Fiefdom. And if you've been watching for a very long time and want to support me even more, there's channel memberships. Those will be in the pinned comment and in the description. Right now, we have Smile Kitchen, Llama, Sauce Code, SignusX1, Big Bro, Kronos, and of course K Money, who's also the subject of today's comment. K Money isn't obese, he's a professional wing eater. Put that down below in the comment section if you'd like to confuse people who did not make it as far as you into the video. But let's see if we can capture the courtyard and kill the air. So yeah guys, definitely not my best game by any means, continuing to shake off the rust. Check out the Discord, join it, it's in the description. We got a duel tournament coming, like I said. And check out this video on Thag's Stronghold on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one.